Now then, my friends, wow, what a backdrop for a video, eh? I mean, just look at that, Manhattan, the skyline, check it out, look. There we go. Anyway, back to me. It's what it's all about. No, it isn't. It's about the food today because I'm in Hoboken, New Jersey, my old stomping ground, where, of course, I used to live for 12 years of my life before moving back to the UK. Well, I'm back here again to review a place called Myron Mixon's Pitmaster barbecue, and it is supposed to be some of the best barbecue in the world. We're going to head over there. We're going to try their I think we're going to try the baby-back ribs. We'll check the menu out first. I'm not going to actually commit myself to anything on the menu just yet because I want to have a peruse. I want to have a look. You guys can have a look with me too as well. What a skyline there, though. We've got the Empire State over there. I'll show you a few sights along the way as well, so it's not just about food. I'm going to have a little wander around. It's a beautiful summer's day today. It is roasting, my friends. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, well, hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. Yes, I do food, I do travel, and I do tech. And if I'm doing the food, I'll show you around a little bit as well. Got a helicopter coming overhead, looking at the skyline there. Anyway, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Now then, if you're like me and you have no idea who Myron Mixon is, because I didn't until yesterday when I was in the bar and I asked somebody, I said, where's a good place to go and eat around here? And you've got to go to Myron Mixon's Pitmaster barbecue. And I said, Pitmaster? Well, I'm the MacMaster, so I guess anything with master in the name has got to be good. So I'm going to read you a little bit about him. So his name's Myron Mixon, and he's an American celebrity chef and competitor on the competitive barbecue circuit. He's a 5 times, that's right, 5 times barbecue world champion, and has appeared as a judge on Destination America, a reality television show, BBQ Pitmasters. He's also appeared as a judge on the barbecue show Smoked, as well as the BBQ Pit Wars. So I'm hoping it's going to be good. I think it's franchised now, so I'm always a bit dubious when things start to get franchised because it loses that air of personality, and if it gets too big, I always find, well, you can't keep a hold of it all, can you? So you've got to keep an umbrella over everything and make sure the quality's there. A little bit like Gordon Ramsay. He's spread his wings all around the world, and a lot of the places I've been to of his restaurants have been, well, to be quite honest, crap without being about the bush. Anyway, come on, onwards, my friends. So here we are on Washington Street, the main drag of Hoboken. You'll find it all on here. You'll find bars, restaurants, clothing stores, everything, including, right behind me there, Carlo's Bakery. You've all seen it on television, haven't you? The Cake Boss, well, that's the famous shop itself, and you can take a look at that on the way to the Pitmaster. So come on, onwards. Friends, well, as I said before, I'm always a little dubious when things start getting franchised out because you can lose that personal touch. As I said with Gordon Ramsay, you get too big for your boots and you lose the hold of the whole thing. So I'm still going to go with an open mind. It's like with me, people say to me, why don't you let somebody else edit your videos? Then you can film them and you can appear in them and you can concentrate on that. Because I said no, because if I do that, that takes away my personal touch. And it's the same thing I find with restaurants as well. However, as I say, going with an open mind, lots of people have said it's a good place and it is great ribs, so just keep an open mind. I want you guys to mark it out of 10 as well, don't forget that. So get your pencils at the ready and get that score marked up in the comment section down below. Come on, onwards. Right, here we are, Myron Mixon's Pitmaster Barbecue. So we're going to go in, order something. I think we're going to go for the ribs. I'll take a look. As I say, I'm not holding myself to anything just yet. By the way, if you do watch the channel and you've seen my mate Darren John, he looks like Myron Mixon, don't you think? Very similar, very similar. Come on, let's go in. Right, okay, so we've got Carlos with me here, who works here, and I've just said to him, what does he actually suggest? Because there's different things on the menu. I want some ribs though. Ribs are the popular thing,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right? So what do you suggest?
Well, I would suggest you, sir, that since you like the ribs, I also suggest you to try the beef brisket as well. Myron is also good with the pulled pork. Okay. That's why we have a trophy on the front, 6 years in a row. So he's good with the pulled pork, the whole hog. Right now, we just added the pork belly. We also have in the snack section the pork belly bites, which is also good, and it's been a hit so far. So for you, for the first time, or whoever comes for the first time, I can suggest take the 2 and the 3 meat plate. They're not really hungry, so they can try 2 or 3 different things, different items. Like for example, the baby back rib, that's delicious. Yeah. That's my favorite one. The pulled pork, or either the pork belly, or the beef brisket, or the smoked sausage, which is also good.
Okay, so I've got it. I like this. Yeah. So we're going to go for the 3 meat plate, and I'll do the baby back ribs.
Yes.
So we're going to do baby back ribs, and then maybe what was the other one you say? The brisket.
The brisket, the beef brisket.
The beef brisket. We'll do that.
Yeah.
And then
the
pulled pork.
The pulled pork.
And the pulled pork. That's award-winning pulled pork. How many years in a row again?
6 years in a row.
6 years in a row. Trophies at the front, 6 years in a row. We're going to go for that. And I'll take a Diet Coke as well, please. Thank you. That's brilliant. I'm looking forward to this. We're going to head off outside and get one of the benches out there. And we're going to review it. You're going to take a closer look at it as well. Can't wait for this. Okay, I've changed my mind. I'm not having Diet Coke. I'm going to have root beer, because you know, if you watch the channel, I love root beer. And by the way, it's free refills, so you can drink as much as you want. Oh. Right, my friends, boy, I am looking forward to this. So what I've ordered is, let's take my hat off, there we go. I've ordered, get a side of slaw as well, so I've ordered baby back ribs, I've ordered the brisket, and I've ordered the pulled pork with a side of slaw, a refillable root beer as well. That came to $33.01. Here's a copy of the receipt, plus your tip. Which goes to them, which is 20% roughly now over here, a minimum of 20%. So that cost me, I gave him $5. So a total there of $38.01. There we go. So this had better be good. Myron Mixon's Pitmaster Barbecue in Hoboken, award-winning as well for, I think he said 7 years in a row. So this is going to be interesting. Do they get the award from the MacMaster? Because it's the MacMaster versus the Pitmaster. Oh, wow, okay. There we go.
There we go, the 3-meat plate.
The
That's
3-meat
requested.
plate.
Yeah,
Thank
brisket,
you.
baby back, and pulled pork with
So
coleslaw.
we've got the pulled pork,
Yes, the baby
the back ribs,
and the big brisket.
and the brisket and the slaw.
Yes.
That's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Brilliant. Thank you. Right, my friends. Okay, so first impressions, it looks really good. We've got sauce on here as well. We've got the hickory sauce. We've got some sweet heat, vinegar sauce. We've got Heinz ketchup as well, tangy sweet sauce, and hog sauce. Which that sounds interesting. Hog sauce. Might go for the hickory sauce and maybe a sweet heat. We'll pop a little sweet heat on the side, but I think what we'll do is first we'll try what we've got straight away. Let's go in for the cutlery as well. And I know you're going to say, why are you using cutlery? Well, you've got to use the cutlery with your with the pulled pork there, so we're going to go in for that first. Before we do though, take a closer look, my friends. Don't forget, you're marking this out of 10 as well on looks alone in the comment section down below. So take a closer look, my friends. Right, okay, so there we go. Tell me what it looks like. I'm going to put a little bit of sweet heat on there and test that, and a little bit of hickory as well. We'll move the hickory over there. Let's go in for this pulled pork. Now remember, 7 years in a row, I think he said, that they're award winning on this. So let's get in for this pulled pork first and see what this tastes like. Just take a look at that. There we go. Okay, let's go in for this. That's good. Got a nice, it's not too dry, nice bit of moisture to it, tender, pulled well, nice pulled pork there. That is nice, right. Very tender. What I find is, with some pulled pork that I've had in the past, it can be a little dry. Let's go in for this brisket. Now let's see how this pulls apart. You can tell brisket by how it pulls apart. Good brisket by how it pulls apart. Here we go. Okay, let's go in for this. Okay. Got a first impressions off the bat. It's got a good taste to it. It's not as tender as I'd like it to be, but we'll reserve judgment. Right, let's go in for the baby back ribs, or the ribs. By far my favourite, so let's go in for this. Oh wow, look at that. Right, again, you can tell good ribs by how they pull apart and how the meat comes off. Here we go. Okay, using my hands. You can see the meat just coming off the bone there. That's a good sign. And not too dry, good taste. Tell you what, going for a bit of this sauce on here as well. Let's have a look. I can't remember which one's which. This sweet heat, this is, isn't it? Sweet heat. Yeah. Wow, that has got a bit of a, that's got a bit of a kick to it. Definitely, I like that. Wow. Okay, right. So, I'll eat this, come back to you and mark it out of 10. What do you think so far, guys? What do you think? Award winning for 7 years. Well, you're going to get the MacMaster's verdict of the Pitmaster. See you guys in a minute. Right, we're going to go in for the coleslaw now. I love a little bit of coleslaw. Pretty good coleslaw. Nice and creamy. Got a nice little bite to it. Very, very good. Right. So far, I have to say, the ribs for me have been the favourite. You can tell a good rib by when the meat just falls off the bone, and that's exactly what it did. The brisket, I'm going to come back to. The pulled pork, very nice, not too dry. Nice bit of moisture to it. Nice and moist, controversial. Nobody likes that word, do they? But it is succulent. How's that? We'll use the word succulent. However, I've had to add a little bit of sauce to it to give it a bit of kick. I like a bit of a kick to it. Not too much spice, but just that little bit of kick. Right, I'll finish the rest of this, and then we'll get to marking it out of 10. See you guys in a minute. Right, okay, let's get down to business then. By the way, I love root beer. It tastes like Germaline, which is odd, I've said that before. And also, interestingly enough, I did say that the guy, Myron Mixon, or whatever his name is, Myron Mixon, the pitmaster, looks like Darren John, my mate. However, I wonder if, Darren, if you're watching, whether you would think that this looks off the charts or not. Let's get down to business then. So the ribs, I actually have to say I enjoyed the ribs. I thought they was very nice. The meat fell off the bone perfectly. The pulled pork was okay, and the brisket, I've actually left a piece of brisket. I've had better brisket, to be fair, but overall nice. It was a good meal, but it did, for me, I just think it lacked that little something like that barbecue taste, and it just, I don't know, it just lacked that little bit of something. It could have had I'm trying to explain it. The barbecue taste that you get, and it just seemed, for me, it seemed to lack that a little bit, and I had to put a lot more of the sauce on, the hickory sauce and the sweet heat. But as I say, the ribs, absolutely gorgeous. They were my favourite, I have to say. Coleslaw again as well. Coleslaw was good. And there we go. Got my mate Damien messaging me when I'm going to the bar. Over in a minute. I'll tell him in a minute after I finish this review. I just think overall it just lacked that little. It just lacked that barbecue taste, which is unusual. And that's why I said I'd add these sauces to it. So for me, would I come back again? Yeah, and I'd come back. There's nothing. I would come back if I was hungry. I think cost-wise as well, I think it's a little expensive for what it is. So I'm going to go with a. I mean, the ribs saved it, to be fair. However, I have had better ribs as well. I'm going to go with a 7.8 and say, yeah, it's okay. It's a little bit better than okay, but there you go. Try it out yourself. If you've been, let me know in the comment section down below. And Myron Mixon, there we go. Myron Mixon. If you're watching, maybe you could do me some ribs and some pulled pork and some brisket, and I'll tell you whether it tastes the same as one of your restaurants. Anyway, that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed that little wander around Hoboken and the review on Myron Mixon's Pitmaster barbecue. But this time, MacMaster wins and Pitmaster comes a close second. I'll see you guys in the next one, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Goodbye. You know, I'm just contemplating here while I'm walking back and then going to the bar. What was missing? And there was something missing on it. And first of all, that brisket. Now I've had time to think, that brisket was nowhere near tender enough. Nowhere near tender enough. It just goes to prove my point that Myron Mixon may be a great barbecue guy and he may be the master barbecue guy, but it's not him doing it. It isn't him doing it. And you've got people there who are probably trying the best, but they're never going to be Myron Mixon. And has Myron ever been to the place? Has he ever been to the restaurant or diner or whatever it is? Has he gone there? Has he checked it? Does he quality check the place? It was just missing that barbecue taste. And now I've had time to think about it. No, the brisket was just not award-winning at all in any shape or form. But again, like I say, the ribs were good. But again, still lacked that barbecue taste, and that's why I had to keep putting sauce on everything. So there we go. Anyway, I was just thinking about it while I'm picking the meat out of my teeth with my tongue. So right, off to the bar. So there we go. Tell me what you thought in the comment section down below. Now, which way?